Hello Virgo squad, welcome to my channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. Happy to have you here today for this general tarot reading for Virgo Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Of course, those cross watchers are welcome too. I just ask you to come into this reading with an open heart, an open mind, and a desire to better yourself, walk away with new food for thought. Those are all good, positive reactions to this message. If you're not feeling that way, it might not be your message this week. Feel free to check back at another date. It may resonate in the future, and sometimes not at all. So pick and choose what you want to take away. Ultimately, you're responsible for all your own actions and decisions. Those are my rules. Let's do it. Let's do it for Virgo. What messages does the tarot want to share with my Virgo gang this week? Hope you guys are doing well. Ready for that big full moon in Taurus? I think it's happening around the 19th or the 20th, depending on where you live. And it's a lunar eclipse, so it's going to be some pretty intense energy for us all. But it is happening in a trine, a fellow earth sign, so that may or may not be positive for you. Hopefully it is. I hope for only positive vibes, but let's see what the tarot has to say. Here we go. For Virgo. The Tower. Universe is like, yeah, nice try, Teacup. I'm going to get you through. Don't let that scare you away. Okay, interesting. So something unexpected happening to you, Virgo. It could also be, I'm going to be honest, unexpected sex, possibly with another Virgo. Like an unexpected sexual opportunity. It's almost like someone is emanating their light or their passion or their sexuality for you, and it's been underground. It's been hidden. That makes me think of Scorpio, and this is tied to Mars energy. So, you know, Mars is associated very much with Aries and Scorpio. So, you know, if any of that resonates, that's cool. The thing with Scorpio, it is transformative. So yes, for those who've been following tarot, sometimes we see the Tower and we're like, oh my God, what's happening? Not necessarily. This Tower card doesn't really scare me. And to be honest, sometimes the Tower card is very necessary to bring on change that sometimes we may shy away from, where we don't feel like we're ready. But if the universe is bringing us down with the Tower, sometimes they're like, listen, we got to shake it up because you're not growing, right? That's sort of the PG version of, okay, the universe is trying to get you moving, so they're going to throw you with some changes, right? How you adapt or adjust to these is entirely up to you. You can sort of take it in stride and understand that with the Tower, you probably don't have too much control over it. So in a sense, your best bet may be to surrender and allow the changes to work their way into you and accept them with open arms, right? I'm going to be honest. I mean, this deck is beautiful anyway, but this Tower card is actually kind of beautiful. I'm almost getting like your ships are coming in too. I almost see this sort of light emanating from, I don't know, I'm just interpreting this as, you know, the house, maybe by the lake, there's some water. I'm almost getting the idea of like, out of the fog or out of the thickness, a light comes through, but it's hard to visualize. We know there's something there intuitively, but we're looking at it like, what is this? Or is the ship coming in? What's on it? Who's on it? Who's driving it? Is it for me? Is it just passing by? So it's I guess I would say it's like a feeling you have, but it might not have made itself tangibly known yet. And so that's what's interesting to me about this Tower card is it's not showing up as like, you know, the building is on fire. It's not this like shocking, oh my God, crisis. It's like a slow buildup to transform into something else. So you might be dealing with a Scorpio or an Aries who has a very good firm grasp on their own, different manifestations of Mars, right? Because Scorpio is fixed water, right? Whereas Aries is cardinal fire. So, you know, different elements, different modalities, but there's a control over their own emotions or their own impulses or desires, but it's being manifested in a very cathartic way where it's slow moving. I'm even getting sort of like a Pisces element. I'm getting something about like a pool light too. Do you know how like if you have like a light up, you know, an underground pool or whatever, and you put the lights on at night, it makes that water sparkle in kind of like this really like mystical, beautiful, serene way. I know this is a bit of a stretch for the Tower card interpretation, but that's just what I'm getting. Same with this whole like hermit thing. You know, typically the hermit is sort of the, you know, the wise man carrying his lantern. He can sometimes be like the wizard or Father Time or, you know, the wise person spreading knowledge and doing this sort of journey of internal growth, seeking, you know, internal and external wisdom. Yeah, I'm almost getting like you guys, I don't think this is literal. I'm taking you guys to kind of some hippy dippy places with this reading, but hey, it is what it is. I'm almost getting this idea of communicating through light. And maybe that's almost in the ethers, if you will. I know I've lost half of you already. That's okay. This might not be your reading. Yeah, for my Virgos who maybe lean more into their Pisces opposition or something about this, there's something very mystical and ethereal about this. And the idea of communicating through light, but it's a little bit muddled because it's through water. It might be earth on one end, but there's some heavy water energy coming through here. Metaphorically, I'm getting almost the idea of, Gatsby, how, doesn't he like leave out the green light for her? It's like a lighthouse or something. It's like it's beckoning to one or both of you back and forth. It seems kind of romantic, but why the mystery though? Like, why is this so long coming in? Because you had to find yourself. Yeah, you've recently found, you've bridged the gap. You've recently found wholeness inside yourself rather than seeking it from external sources. Woo, Virgo, this is heavy and I am loving it. This feels amazing. Yeah, there's something more assured and confident about who you are as a person, and you are ready to grow and build. The Hermit, we have to remember, leads into this card number 9, right? It leads into card number 10, which is the Wheel of Fortune. So typically we like that, guys. It does involve growth. It involves progress. It involves expansion. And it will push you outside the comfort zone. So that's what I mean. Something here is going to push you out of the comfort zone, but if the universe is delivering it to you, and I think it will, again, it might even be out of your control, trust that it's because the universe thinks you're ready. So rather than reverting to sort of like, oh my God, crisis, this is weird and new and I don't know how to handle it, just, yes, you do. That should almost be like a new part of your mantras, I can handle unexpected changes. And okay, so I'm going to go back to what I said earlier with the full moon in Taurus. I wish I knew exactly what degree it was at. Don't quote me on this, but I feel like the full moon is happening around 26, 27 degrees of Taurus. If you have planets in Virgo, very likely many of you at least have your sun in Virgo. If it's, within 5 degrees above or below, I guess I should say around 27 degrees of Virgo, give or take. That's what I mean is like there is a trining aspect. I don't know your whole birth chart, right? So there may be other factors coming into this. But that's what I mean. There's something unexpected. Planet Uranus is sitting in Taurus, and it is the planet of shock and revolution, rebellion, upheaval, awakening. But you being a Virgo, something positive is helping in that connection of Earth and your groundedness and how you're growing and sort of, yes, rooting yourself, but also there's like a changeability, very Virgo, changeable Earth energy. Anyway, is anyone still out there? Give me one on this Tower card, please. What is this? There's light peeking through. There's going to be a lot more confusion in the next... I'm sorry. I take that back. There's going to be a lot more clarity in the near future. In the next 2 weeks, there's going to be clarity and illumination on something where you feel like you were kept in the dark. But I really, guys, want you to trust your gut instincts and your intuition. Your spirit guides, whatever you believe in, God, source, spirit, they're communicating to you through your intuition right now. Your intuition is very strong. So this will be less of a surprise if you trust that you already know the answer, because you do. The Hermit is a card of wisdom, internal wisdom. Queen of Wands, yeah, someone's bringing passion. A lot of passion, that fiery energy. And this actually is an Aries card specifically, so maybe there is some Aries energy involved here in addition to Scorpio. It'll be different for some of you, right? It doesn't have to be the same exact storyline. Yeah, Queen of Wands is work hard, play hard. She's very creative. She's very charismatic. Not afraid of a challenge, right? With Aries, there's almost a fascination in things that are thrilling. Sometimes challenging. I would say that's more Capricorn energy. But yeah, there's something about it. It wants to burn brightly. So it wants to try things. It's curious and it's fascinated, but it doesn't like to be held back. I think it enjoys, the energy, this person enjoys freedom. So this could have been maybe a misconnection in your past. However, I want to underscore here, this is not something that there's something or someone that you've been like mooning over, pun intended, with that giant moon. Again, the way it comes to you, it's quite unexpected, but with the Scorpio energy, it may be transformed into a new version. So this could be someone who did like a complete 180 and comes back into your life unexpectedly. But I don't know. I feel like what they're bringing, it's a queen. I like that. I like kings and queens showing up, especially if it's a romantic or maybe a job offer, right? You could choose to look at it like that. If it's a page, if it's a small offer, those are okay. Like, we can work with them, but it's coming through as a queen. The siren song, I'm seeing this as like a mermaid. A lot of watery energy here too. So someone who commands the room, someone who's quite entertaining, someone who's quite fun, who's quite buoyant, an adventure seeker. I'm not sure if that appeals to you or not, Virgo. For some of you who are cuspy with Leo, it might. But we're all complex individuals, right? So maybe this is just what you need in your life to shake it up, and there's something beautiful you can teach each other. I like that quite a bit. What else? What is Virgo's reaction to this? Something about Paris. Is that city significant to you? Something about Paris, or I'm hearing that not harmonica. What is the accordion? I'm hearing accordion, which to me is like kind of, old school French, like kind of European, performance artists on the street. I'm not sure if this person is in entertainment or I don't know, they might even play accordion. I don't know why I'm hearing that. At first I was thinking maybe that's connected to France, and maybe it is, but I don't know. Maybe they're a musician. I'm just giving you what I got. 10 of Cups. Need I say more? Enjoy your happy, sexy, passionate romance here. Although I think it's more than that. I do. I think this person is coming in hot. I think this person is coming in strong. But I think there's something building up where it's going to continue to grow in a positive direction with the Wheel of Fortune coming in. 10 of Cups, it's even shown with like an earth energy here, like a tree, right? So it's rooted in the ground and it grows, into future generations. It has legacy. It has staying power. Oh, Virgo, I love this for you. Bottom of the deck is Justice. Yeah, so possibly marriage contracts at bare minimum, positive exchanges, and there's kind of like a lighthearted energy. This is a Libra card, right? So it is grounded in truth and sort of this absolute authenticity. So make sure you practice that. You have nothing to hide from this person. Be your authentic self and who you are. I think that's something you guys recently came into, of not trying to be anything but you. And not having to be terribly self-deprecating is a word I sometimes associate with Virgo. And again, not all of you, but you don't need to be that. You have no reason to apologize for yourself. If anything, I think you need to turn the mic up a little bit louder. I think you need to celebrate your victories. And, a lot of Virgos tend to be very humble. There's nothing wrong with that. It's okay to celebrate your victories quietly, but sometimes I think you stop yourself from going after something bigger that in a sense it would honor and respect you to allow yourself to go to this next level or this next chapter. I think this person sees value in you. I think they have for a long time. They just either didn't make it known, or at the time they didn't have the faith that they could provide you with what you needed. Gosh, this is beautiful. Justice can be, again, Libra energy, marriage contracts, truth and authenticity. There could be a confession or a declaration of some kind. And I don't know, with this Piscean energy, it could even be in, some creative, form of a poem or a love letter. There is something very like old school romance movie. The whole thing with like Paris and something else I said before. Gatsby, like all these like sort of old references to like romance movies and film and fiction and all that. There's like there's a romantic poetic sense at heart to this. And at one point in time, it may have been from a distance. Again, this message of bridging the gap, you guys may end up moving closer. Physically, certainly, but also in terms of like your actual locality, I'm not saying you're moving in with this person out of the clear blue, but I think this is setting up to be something much more long lasting in your life. Okay, let's pull some zodiac signs. This is really positive. I'm gonna involve the romance angels. Let's see. Sometimes I like this deck. Sometimes I'm like, really? But I'm gonna have faith that what comes through is meant to. So interesting. So 6 of Cups is. Can you guys see this? Yeah. Okay. 6 of Cups is wanting to peek through. 6 of Cups indicates Scorpio, sun in Scorpio. So it's, again, that's what I meant, like the sun, this vibrant light on a water sign. If it's not literally a Scorpio, this could be happening in the end of Scorpio season. That's a timestamp, right? We're going to be in Sagittarius by, I think, November, I don't know, 23rd, maybe? Is that right? Something like that. Lost my train of thought. Oh, and the idea of Scorpio behind it is drastic transformation of the self, of the identity, of the ego. That's where this Mars energy too, like Scorpio and Aries are all over this. And I think it's positive. It can be a card indicating, you know, past love, past connections, but it can also be past lives too. That's very indicative of Scorpio and their rulership over the past. So it could be, you know, whatever you believe in, soulmates from the past connecting again and coming together in this lifetime. And again, for a lot of you, it could be something from the past coming through that you weren't really considering before because it didn't make itself known in the passionate way that it is now. You may have written it off or not seen the potential in it, or vice versa, but that's changing. Again, there's like this declaration of truth here. I just have to peek and see. The Two of Wands and then the Page of Swords. Yeah, someone's going to message you and move towards you for that matter. Mars energy again with this like Aries Scorpio empowered, you know, magnetic, sexual, passionate, communicative, excited enthusiasm. I love it. I love it for you, Virgo. Anything else we want to share with Virgo? And this could be a Libra may or may not be involved here with Justice. That is their major arcana card. And Libras represent partnership, right? Zodiac signs 1 through 6 are more about sort of the individual journey. Once we reach Libra, which is the 7th zodiac sign right after you guys, it becomes more about you and the other, you know? So that's what I mean. There's like a merging or a partnership that is coming to form here. Really beautiful. All right. Anything else I can share with Virgo? I have faith in you, romance angels. Reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Codependency, addictions are affecting your romantic life. And unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. So here's my thing with this. These are, you know, in theory could be quite contradictory. There might be multiple storylines going on here. I would say this may have had to do with something from your past. And you know, another past lifetime, sure, maybe, you know, whatever you want to interpret it as you can. And if it resonates, you know. But this may have been something where, as I said, it's like they didn't trust that they could give you what you needed. There may have been an assumption of unrequited love. I'm just putting that out there. And yeah, I mean, codependency, I'm just going to take it at face value. That may have been something that you've had to do a lot of tremendous work on because as we said earlier, this idea of finding wholeness and completion in yourself, that you are a whole being, you know, I don't know. I get charmed in romance with the idea of the twin flame journey, and I'm not here to tell you what to believe. If that's your thing, go for it, full throttle. However, not if it interferes with, again, the idea of you are whole on your own, though. You aren't just like this broken person walking around until you find your person. Like, I just, you know, I don't subscribe to that bullshit. I don't believe it because I think it's very unhealthy and I think it's mentally damaging. So, you know, you came to my channel for a reason. So, you know, that's just my opinion, right? And it might not be your opinion, and that's okay. What I am asking you to do is practice this healthy perspective on understanding that you came into this world alone. So there was something that the, you know, God, universe, spirit saw in you individually that deserved to have life, right? So make sure you're honoring and respecting your skills, your talents, your authenticity, your love of self before you start looking for that to be reflected back to you in another person. Does that make sense, guys? All right. Anyway, Virgo, I'm going to leave you with that. I hope it helped someone out there. I hope this was fun and exciting to hear. It seems like a really positive message to me. Loving the 10 of Cups. Please like the video, guys. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you very soon for more tarot. Bye, Virgo.